Well, thank you, friends. Shabbat Shalom and greetings to you all. Now, isn't it nice that the Chinese New Year kicked off without a hitch? Now, how great is that? And how great that we've taken to cheering non-events. So if you did not get a chance to honor it, do so now. Honor all cultures, all festivals, all special markers of time. And if you didn't look it up yet, go look up what your year will bring. And hesitant I may be, but I'll make a prediction applicable for each and every one of you. In a week in which we read that you should avoid those who predict, this year will be a way better year than last. Now, as we know, the Chinese year also heralded the final month in the celestial year, Adar, Pisces. And so I will remind you that on the 14th of Adar, the 26th of February this year, we'll be celebrating Purim, which some consider akin to the Jewish Halloween, although to compare an event designed as a genocide to Halloween seems strange. In some ways it is. As we get closer, we're going to examine why it is like Halloween. For now, know that it is a major celebration of what is actually considered a minor holiday. And we give it the title of minor holiday, not because it's inferior, but because the major holidays are the biblically mandated ones, and it's actually the minor ones which have the greatest level of celebration to them. We'll gather the world over to celebrate that holiday, just as we gather weekly in the collective consciousness of seekers showing faith, any faith, love, a community, a chavur, a fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach, sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. So once again, please do go ahead. Invite everybody you know, some physically, some digitally, psychically, emotionally, some spiritually, to just gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov, Ubenai, Shevetachim Kam Yachad. Hine Matov, Ubenai, Shevetachim Kam Yachad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community, 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 together. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world, my friends. Remember, this is your setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own personal sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah. It's your intention that you put out to the universe. It is your goodwill. Let's take some time now to send some of that goodwill, some light and some healing out to everyone you know that needs it. So we close the year and open another one just with healing. We need to heal. Healing and renewal for everyone. It floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everyone you love. Think of whoever that needs healing, renewal, and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them, call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. The tikkun olam. That's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. It's not just a phrase. It's an actual activity. So let's send thoughts and energy for health and renewal for everybody in need. For those in our hearts and our minds. For Sherry on her way to Costa Rica. For Frank undergoing cancer treatments. For Mary. For Donnie. For Dave. For Terrence. For Jack. For the bee. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care. Because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Mi Shaberach Avoteinu Makor HaBracha Bimotenu, may the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Mishaberach, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as He is healed before. Mishaberach, may He who blessed, because all healing, is a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now, the other day, as I was talking to my dear friend Gloria about the 10 Commandments and the upcoming holidays and events, it was late in the afternoon. And I pointed out that here it was almost 5 and the sun was still out. Now, friends, have you observed that day by day, without notice or fanfare, the light has been returning to our world? Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. I need to laugh when the sun is out. I got something I can laugh about. I feel good in a special way. I'm in love and it's a sunny day. And we do feel better when the sun is shining. You know, and they go hand in hand, don't they? Sunshine and love. Speaking of which, of course, Valentine's Day is almost upon us. You know, the Jewish festival of love in a non-Jewish world. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Love is reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you and me. Love is knowing we can be. Now, I think every day should be the day to honor love, because love is here forever for everybody. And I personally love February the 15th, when all the great chocolate that did not sell for the 14th goes on sale. Now, for this great book of names that we're in, Exodus, the story of freedom, I've said we've already had our introduction, our climax, and our denouement to what it's really all about. What's left after the 10 Commandments? Well, you know, this book immediately goes into a series of boring laws as we read mishpatim, judgements, or laws. Now remember, the laws that count are the 10. No other gods. Friends, there's only one source of everything. No images. An energy that's all-encompassing and unimaginable. No broken oaths. Remember to stop each week. Honor mother and father, the female and the male. No murder, no adultery, no stealing, no false witnesses, no coveting. Live by these. The rest are just window dressing. So what's the first law that is dealt with after having just received the 10 great laws of life? It's a law concerning slaves. Really? A newly freed people, freed from slavery, gets laws on how to treat their slaves? I know it seems strange. You can't make this stuff up. And much of the rest of Exodus involves law and construction and segregation and division, the reminders of creation. And we're going to talk about all that. But remember, this is not a chronological history. Much of what you read makes no sense as such, but it does make sense as nation-building development. From this week, the emphasis is one that will be repeated often. Really, that there be justice and one law for all, just as all men were created by the one God. And after the law on slavery, we get laws regarding property, restitution, social laws, religious laws. But they all come back to this idea of sameness and equal treatment for all. These should be automatic, but even these have been forgotten. And all of these are valid for a society, but not yet. This society is just forming. And sometimes you have to stand back and look at what you're reading. The freedom of Exodus was freedom from fear and constraint. Don't think of it as the physical thing. Think of it as the emotional and mental and spiritual thing. The elements which hold us prisoners still to this day. And the lessons of its freedom are timeless lessons and serve as an exhortation for us to all shout out like Martin Luther King, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. What does freedom mean to you or to you or to you? Every one of us, freedom is something different. Now, the Egyptians were not punished for having slaves, nor are they criticized for having slaves, but rather for the way they treat the slaves. which is why the first given law after the Great Epiphany is for the newfound people on how to treat their slaves. The Egyptians' crime was they degraded them. They made them serve with harshness. They made their lives bitter with hard work. The Torah did not bring the end of slavery by abolishing it. It established principles regarding slaves' dignity, rights, treatment. And these gradually contributed to humans' own rejection of slavery in much, though not yet all, of the world. Some of us still feel like slaves, but we are treated with a little more dignity, which is why we take it. Now, contained in this reading is a reference to one of the most famous sets of biblical laws, first mentioned now, then again in Deuteronomy, the famous lex talionis, the law of retaliation. It's found in Exodus 21:23. And if there will be an injury, then you shall give a life for a life, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a hand for a hand, a foot for a foot, a burn for a burn, a wound for a wound, a hurt for a hurt. Now we're going to talk about them more in Deuteronomy. We'll address them then. Was it to be brutal retaliation? Was it designed to force a code of behavior while establishing a society and a nation? Was it to be an equivalent in monetary terms? Maybe it was all of them. It has been debated since it was written, and we'll talk about it, like I say, when we read it again in more detail in Deuteronomy. There's also these random laws that are listed. As I said earlier, no magic's allowed. No soothsaying. And we're told anyone who lies with an animal shall be put to death. Well, we're going to leave these for now because they all come up again later. We have had the monumental events, the soul-forming laws. And now most of these here probably belong in the book of the priests, Leviticus, because they are for a formed hierarchical society. Except that book's focused a little bit more on ritual sacrifice and religious observation than anything. The real important rule to keep in mind for everything. The rest isn't as important. Who cares if you practice magic? Now, Exodus 22:20 reminds us, you shall not persecute an alien, you shall not oppress him, because you were aliens in the land of Egypt. You shall not degrade any widow or orphan. If you will degrade them, when they will cry out to me, I'll hear their cry. My anger will flare, and I'll kill you with a sword, and your wives will be widows, and your children orphans. Okay, what goes around comes around. There is to be no persecution of aliens, widows, and children, the poorest, most downtrodden members of society, the least cared for, but with the same worth as you and I. All people are to be respected. Do not denigrate their humanity. You treat people with dignity and decency. Even if you take your neighbor's clothing as security, you shall give it back to him by the sunset, because it is his only apparel. It is his clothing for his skin. What will he sleep? And it will be when he will cry out to me that I shall listen, because I am gracious. God hears the cries of everybody. And just as there were 2 plagues warning about mob rule, there's a reminder you shall not be following many to do bad, and you shall not take a bribe, because bribery will blind those who can see and will undermine the words of the virtuous. And we continue to this day to do both of those things. We follow the mob. We follow the many to do bad. And we do allow ourselves to be subject to bribery. But you know what, friends? God sees all. And God listens to all, to the cries of the poorest, the same as the cries of the richest. The cries of the downtrodden equal to the cries of the holy. The rest of the rules of society are all about dignity, and that's what you're going to notice throughout the rest of all the laws that are given. I'm looking east, looking west. See people cursed, see people blessed. Asking everybody like a man possessed. Have you seen dignity? I went down where the vultures feed. Would have gone deeper, but there wasn't any need. I heard the tongues of angels and the tongues of men. Wasn't any difference to me. Looking at a glass that's half filled. Looking at a dream that's just been killed. Asking everybody, that strong will, have you seen dignity? keep it in mind, friends. Dignity, it's what we all need and what everybody should have. And in concluding this section, we're given a schedule of holy days. Exodus 23:14. You shall celebrate 3 pilgrimages for me in the year. You shall observe the festival of unleavened bread, festival of harvest, the first fruits of what you do, of what you will sow in the field, and the field festival of gathering at the end of the year, when you gather what you have done from the field. The 3 gathering festivals, Passover, Shavuot, Sukkot. And to ensure we know we are under the grace of God, there's another promise made in Exodus 23:20. Here, I'm sending an angel ahead of you to watch over you on the way and to bring you to the place that I prepared. Friends, we all have angels looking out for us. No, we don't always see them. No, we do not always know they're there. No, we do not always think we are protected. But we are. And they are there. It's not dependent on our seeing them. And there's an old Latin expression, videre est credere. To see is to believe. But it is equally true that credere est videre. To believe is to see. When you believe, you see things you otherwise might miss. Believe. Because, friends, there's always an angel with you, and that angel will take you to your promised land. Yes, the world is sacred, so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom, be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone, an end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other, we share this ride together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive. Learn to love. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have and enjoy the journey, because we take the twists and turns, the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our efforts to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. I have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions and use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion everything that happens in our lives. It is our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect. Everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, with accountability, with vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is all in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people, the world as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? Because if you do, you will experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey, my friends. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. Keep on dreaming. Keep on being. Keep sharing. Keep shining. Keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill, and do not follow fear. Follow love, because it's always in front of you. Remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith in the principle of love and of all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. And may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go, and work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in your consciousness, your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time in this life and continue to touch and transform the lives around you. You're never alone. You're forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous with them. Bless others and bless yourself. Love with the heart, because we're all part of the greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. And be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief, and never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together, my friends. We learn together. We help each other. We're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them and tell them what they mean. And remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. right? Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And remember, the greatest law of all will always be the law of love. From this moment on, I know exactly where my life will go. Seems all I really was doing was waiting for love. No need to be afraid. No need to be afraid. It's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real. It's real. Love is real, my friends, and real love is all around you. Fight for love and share it. Now, thank you for joining me, my friends. Have a great week. Scotty, have a great birthday. Keep sharing the light. Practice forgiveness. Be thankful. Be gracious. Be kind. Be loving. Believe in yourself. Spread a little goodwill to the world, and never stop loving. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care. Bye.